Hello once again. I am Paul Suter, editor and publisher of Shelf Life magazine, and with another edition of Shelf Life Online. Today I would like to offer two books for your book purchase considerations, and they both are very highly recommended, so I hope you'll consider them when you go to your bookstore the next time. The first one is The Life and Afterlife of Harry Houdini by Joe Posnanskii. This is published by Avid Reader Press and it retails for $37. So much has been written about the magician Harry Houdini, and one might say, do we need another book? Well, yes, we do, because Joe Posnanskii offers some more information about the escape artist, one of the greatest magicians of all time, he was considered. Almost a century ago, Harry Houdini did his magic acts, his escapist acts, and he was really the role model for many of today's magicians and illusionists. Harry Houdini was born Eric Weiss, and he was always fascinated by magic, even from a younger age. He experimented, and soon he honed his craft down to the point that he impressed friends and neighbors, and they thought that he should get into the business. Well, he certainly did. And actually, the phrase pulling a Houdini was inspired by Houdini and his many escapes, because he did so many escape acts. The water torture, trapped inside a water-filled glass cage. Oh, he did it all. There were magic handcuffs that he got out of. Nobody else could. And but the author also shows another side of him, that in many ways Houdini was a bit of a con artist in many ways, and he was also a liar. He emboldened his name, and he was larger than life, almost better than he was, but he didn't care because the audiences loved him. Word spread around how great he was, and he packed those audiences into the rafters. And but Harry Houdini actually, he set the prototype for many of today's illusions, some of the grand schemes, and one wonders if Harry Houdini was alive today, just what he could do with media and all the great illusions and online things. So anyways, this book is definitely a great book for fans who love magic, love illusions, and especially love Harry Houdini. There's also a section in about David Copperfield's massive Harry Houdini museum, where he has some of the greatest items that were used by Harry Houdini back in the earlier part of the 1900s. So this is the most interesting book, and I hope you will consider it when you go to the bookstore. Like I said, it is definitely adds new insight to the Harry Houdini name. The second book that I would like to draw to your attention is The Phantom Prince, My Life with Ted Bundy by Elizabeth Kendall. This book was written several years ago, and this is the newest edition with insight by Molly Kendall, who was Elizabeth Kendall's daughter. She really has not spoken publicly about Ted Bundy before, but she adds her insight into what she thought of him all those many years when he was in a long relationship with her mother Elizabeth. Now, we all know that Ted Bundy was one of the most notorious serial killers of all time. He was handsome. He conned women. He really conned them into trusting them because he looked like the boy next door. He was clean cut. And he was polite, but behind that smile and exterior was evil incarnate. And that is how he chose so many unsuspecting victims, and his list of women progressed by the month as he lured more into his web, and he killed them. Now, this book, like I said, which was previously published, has new insight as well from Elizabeth Kendall. And she talks about how she was duped by him as well, that he seemed like a really nice guy, as most people did. But there were a few things that she started noticing, just subtle things, that just didn't seem quite right. His mood changed quickly, and at she started to fear for her own safety at one point because things were getting out of hand, and she also found out that police were also watching the house and watching Ted, which she thought, oh, there's no way he could be guilty. But as the evidence mounted, she had to face facts, and that this man that she grew to care for very deeply was not, a very, very nice boy next door type person. He was the serial killer next door pretty well. And so this book is very interesting. For those who like true crime books, Elizabeth Kendall, she does not go into detail about the murders, which is a good thing. We've read that before in so many books. She basically talks about her life with him, her relationship with him, her thoughts about Ted Bundy, and how she has coped after the fact. Her and her daughter had alcoholism problems. They have been for counseling, so it really did a number on them mentally and psychologically. So this is a very interesting book, like I said, for people who like true crime books. You can't go wrong with a book about a serial killer as notorious as Ted Bundy. So those are the two books that I wanted to draw to your attention. Hopefully you will go out and purchase them and enjoy them as much as I did. So thanks again from Shelf Life. As always, please send us your comments. And as always as well, please take care and stay safe. Thanks. Bye for now.